to be able to do a surprise attack on the Japanese mainland. Almost 10,000 of these aircraft were built. They were a medium range. They will put the flaps all the way down. They would then release the brakes and both pilots would haul back on the control yoke, lifting the nose gear off of the aircraft carrier. Now, why was that important? Because that nose gear had a tendency to wobble like a bad wheel on a shopping cart. And they didn't want that to happen, so they tried to keep it off of the steel concrete of the aircraft carrier completely so they didn't have that problem. Now, so 40 years since that happened. After the devastating attack on Pearl Harbor, morale in America was at an all-time low. Our citizens simply couldn't hold their heads up. We had taken a terrible shellacking. That is, until the Doolittle raid. All 80 crew members were told there was a huge possibility they would not return. All 80 crew members volunteered. 16 B-25s left the deck of the USS Hornet on that historic day, April 18th. However, the Emperor and the Admirals had assured their citizens that they would be safe on their home turf. Doolittle's raid focus, that is, forced a change in the enemy's defensive plan as they moved farther out to sea. That move proved devastating to the enemy, a tremendous advantage to the Pacific Fleet, and marked the beginning of the end of the war in the Pacific. "30 seconds over Tokyo, down low, bomb bay doors open. Minimum damage physically, but psychologically, massive damage." Now, Jimmy Doolittle thought the raid was a failure. He thought that they got an award for accurate depiction of historical details on the wartime footage. I got my stars wrong. I'm in the military that were still active in the B-25, and the legendary Frank Tallman took 16 more aircraft just like this one, and they flew throughout that movie. Actual flying, this type of aircraft and others. Get that movie for the flying. Frank Tallman was a chief pilot from Tallman Studios at the Orange County Airport in Southern California, home to Hollywood. Movie land of the air studios, he called it. He was responsible for most of the
Special Operations Command based out of MacDill Air Force Base. And we're here, just excited to be here to put on an awesome show. On behalf of the 73,000 servicemen and women spread across 80 countries, we just can't wait to give you all of the demonstration capabilities that we're able to do. Now, we started off this morning by jumping the flag in, and if you notice, during that is something that was rather unique. We did what was called crew. We flew 2 parachutes, one into the other. We had the higher jumper sit down on top of the canopy of the lower jumper, slide his way down the suspension lines, wrap his feet around the risers, and then from there proceed to drop the American flag and fly them in all the way to the ground. You guys don't get to see that very often. Well, tonight we've got something even better planned for you. We're going to be going all the way up to 10,000 feet, doing a free fall.